Hey there, leaders. This is superpower number 5. This is the most important leadership trait, I think, and that is communication. Communication is the bridge between you and your team. It is very important. And great leaders know how to communicate well. They communicate clear, they communicate concisely, effectively, and in a timely manner. If you cannot make your vision plain and make it clear for everyone to understand, there's going to be misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and things will not go as you have hoped them to go with your team. Years ago when I was in the Navy, I had an executive officer, which we called XO. I was new to the unit and put in a position that I had never heard of my whole career. So I went to the XO and I asked him, what did this position entail and what were his expectations of me? He could not tell me. He told me to go ask the person who had the position before me. So I did. I went to that person and they confirmed what I thought, which was this was a position that was not a real position. It was one that my XO had made up. He didn't have anything clearly defined, and basically they pretty much freestyled, doing whatever. So as time went on, my XO ended up going to my superior and saying that I was not doing my job and I was not responding to communications. Well, when my superior and I sat down, I told him that this position I had never heard of before, that XO had nothing clearly defined. He could not tell me what it entailed. He could not tell me what his expectations of me were. My superior agreed and said he had not heard of such a position before either, and that he had gone to my XO to ask him the same questions, which he could not articulate to him. And then we sat down again and we looked at all of these emails where supposedly I was not being responsive to his communication, only to find out that my XO had CC'd several other people on emails and I was not one of the people who were CC'd on any of these communications. So that is an example of not articulating and not communicating what your expectations are, but then you're expecting certain results. It just won't happen. So unless you know how to communicate and do it effectively, you're not going to get the results that you expect from your team. And by right, you cannot expect something that you cannot clearly communicate. So think about how you communicate and think about how you can do it better. A lot of leaders have one-on-ones with their teams, maybe meet once a week, bi-weekly, or even monthly. If that's something what you need to do so that you can communicate clearly and so that everyone is on the same page, do what works for you. But you have to communicate. Go lead with impact.